Thank you for visiting our channel. Today I came out to review and also quick unbox this awesome looking CarPlay, or another word, it's called a head unit. This is modeled Carpod T3 and is done by a company called Carpodgo. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what's involved in it, how you can play it. This is a wireless one and they have different options which we're going to cover in this video. And I do not want to forget, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, click the subscribe button. Make sure you share this with your friends and family. Make sure you click the notification icon, select all in order to get notified once we have a new video out. On top of that, if you have a question, drop them at the bottom of the video. We love to help you out ASAP. And don't forget to click the like button. It really motivates us to make these type of videos quickly with a little more detail every time. In here are all the components that are part of the box. Now it does come with a nice user manual, and once you go to it, it has their catalog on exactly what you're going to find inside of this booklet itself, with the accessories which we're going to talk about, what's involved in it, the screen itself, go next on how you're going to be able to install it step by step, how you will be able to wire it, and also what you're going to get on the main screen once you turn it on. And it has more on how you will be able to wire the camera in the back. Also system updates, step-by-step guide, pure display on Bluetooth, and that's about it. So it's all going to be inside of it. Now it does come with a bunch of 3M tape, and it does come with a little adapter from USB Type-C to regular USB 3.0 port. It also comes with this auxiliary wire. Now this is really cool for older type of cars that does not have Bluetooth. With this, you will be able to connect one side to the screen and the other side into auxiliary in order for you to get sound in and out. Now it does come with this little auxiliary Bluetooth receiver, and this is how it looks. I really like how they have placed and also they have designed this. It looks like a little USB connection to it, but it's perfectly going to work once you hook it up. Now it also comes a nice connection. This is going to go on your dashboard, and there is a sticker in the back so you can take it off. It's going to make it sticky, and this way you're not going to have problem on heated or very cold days that the actual suction cup that you're going to put on will come off. This really going to help you out. And for the cars that doesn't have a back camera, this is going to be awesome because it comes with a back camera. Yes, there is some screws and also double-sided tape, so you can put this on at the back of your car and then you can screw it through to the body or in the door. Just make sure there's enough slack to it. And there is some grounding wires and some connections that you have to connect in order to get this going, and it looks like it's almost the same that you have to connect. Now you're also going to get this little connection. It's really cool because it has a double-sided tape just in case if this one is ruined. You can use another one just in case, and it is a little thick, you can see that. It's pretty cool, and once you hook this up on top of your dashboard, then you're going to be able to connect the ball inside of it, and that way the other side will be connecting to the dashboard itself, the one that came with it, or called the head unit, and this will be easy to use. Now it also comes with a connection. Now this is pretty cool because this will go to your cigarette lighter, and you can see it will also go into generate and give you on and off switch so that we can turn the actual head unit on and off. And there is a USB 2.0 so you can charge your phone with this, and this part is the USB Type-C that will connect to the actual head unit, and we're going to get that very soon, but it is long enough. Once we go to the car, we're going to show you exactly how you're going to be able to connect this and hide it. Now there is another little connection that you can use. It's inside of a little plastic, and this is the awesome part that you can put this on top of your dashboard. You have to open it up from here, and that will hook up, and then you can also open it here so it can come out, and this way you have a better selection of connections so you can connect it. And same thing, once you take the part off, you put it on the actual table, you can lock it. So this way now it's really stuck to my table, and that's why. And once you do that, you're going to be able to lock it from the back side from this side, yes, you can move it, but you cannot pick it up. You can see it's too hard to pick up. That's really cool. And once you bring it out, you can lock the bottom, and voila, now it's totally locked. So now we can put it in. Here is the big moment, is the actual head unit. So this is the head unit. Yes, it has a little screen on top so that way it doesn't get scratched up, and you can see that there's a lot of fingerprint residue on top of it, and that's why you need to have a screen protector on top. But once you go around it, this is how it looks. So there is no little spot around on the edges, as you can see. And then when you go to the front part, there are some little bezels, as you can see, for the screen itself, which is understandable. Now when you go to the back part, there are holes for ventilation on both sides, which is really cool. This part is really magnetized, and there is a little spot here, and this is where you're going to be able to see the connections. A charging USB Type-C connection, which is right over there, and then you do have a audio jack. There is a little AVN connection right beside it. Then there is a mic, which is right over here, so that is a mic. And then you also have a USB connection, which is right over here. So these are USB Type-C. Now that USB will be this one, which is in a green color. You have to hook it up, and this is how it will look. And now you can connect something to this. So that's not the only thing. Let's try to turn this on. Now this is how we're going to process this. Right now we're going to hook it up, and then we're just going to turn it on to see how good this will really work for us. After that, we're going to take it for testing to our car. So make sure that this part is rolled up, so this way it's easy to bring it up and down. And also this has been extended a little bit. This should be up so that we can pick it up. And then once you hook it up to the table, then it's going to connect. You can turn it right or left, but don't give it too much so that way it can fall. Once it comes up, you can pick it up a little bit and then tie that little part in the back so that way it sticks up. Now that's not the only thing. There is a little magnet, and that has to go through this, and this part will be connecting. There you go. And once that's done, we're going to tie it. So in order to turn it on, we just connected our phone charger, and this way it comes on the desk. Now remember that there are some icons right over here, which we have to take out. And that is the screen protector on top. So we're not gonna touch that. We're just gonna try to take the bubbles out right now. And that's how it really looks. Now, this is not done yet. So the time is incorrect. On top of that, this is not connected to anything. You can see that you have to set up your Bluetooth, your system, your language. Everything has to be set up. Date and time, there you go. This is where you're going to be able to go and set it up. And also what time you have. So right now, it shows that we are in the wrong time. So once you select the proper one, which is really good, but the time is not correct. So you gotta fix it over here. So you can see the year is 24. Also the month is 5th. It is the 4th day. And then the time is going to be 6. And then we're going to make it 59. That's the time right now. It's almost 7 o'clock. Just 1 minute shy of 7. There you go. And then we're going to put it on PM. We're going to leave it on 12 hours. Press OK, and you can see that the time is already changed, which is incorrect. It is not 8, it is 7. So we need to select this, press OK, and now it's correct. The time zone is right. We go into the Bluetooth, and that way you can find it on your phone and you can pair your phone. Now the display part is always going to show you how everything will look, and also you can change the backgrounds to anything you wish that they have. You can set it up, and that's how it's going to work. Now the logo part is also you're going to be able to set up to whichever car you have, which is really cool. I just saw Tesla. This is really cool. So the one that we have is Nissan. So we will select Nissan and set as logo. Now the car settings itself, you can also see that there are right drive or left drive, and this depends that where part of the world you're located, you can set that up. And also the volume is going to be there. So if you have media, you can put it more, and if you have navigation, you can put it less. For your phone, you can bring it more so you can talk. And also for your audio out, there you go, it shows exactly how it is set up. You can also have Accessory. This is really cool because you can have a lot of different settings. And once you turn it on, this is what you should see, which is beautiful in order to set everything up. Now, if you go back to settings, we also have audio out and then about. So if there is anything up to date, you can just go to their website, get it in, process the update, which is really cool. Except that Bluetooth, and this way you're going to be able to pair and do more. But you can also go to your brightness. You can fix that for daylight and night light on how much it should be bright. Also, if you needed some information, it's all going to be on the screen. And if you want to pair your remote, this will really help you out to play with this. So we're going to connect this to our car and test it out, and we will give you some updates very soon. So I hooked it up here, and then the wire goes right underneath of my glove box, and then it gets out right here. It got a little sloppy, but then it goes back where the door hinges, but the door part, and then it goes on a side, and then it comes back out. So I rolled it right here, and then I have the actual USB. So let's go ahead and connect. So now for the connection part, we have to cut it in a few little parts because I don't have an actual stand to take this part. So now before we hook this up to over here, we have to connect the actual power wire to the side and the bottom. And there you go, now the power's connected. Let's snap it on. Is how it looks on my dashboard. Alright, so for very first time when you boot it, you will see the logo for your car that you set up. Alright, so now our dashboard is here, and this is how nice it is. You can see that my GPS on the actual car is older, and the one that I'm going to use, which is going to be right over here, so I will connect my phone to it and we will demonstrate everything. So let's go first into the actual settings on this head unit itself. Number one is make sure that you power it on, so we will press the power, and then once you come to it, you can see that's already turned on, which is really cool. This is what we want. Again, this is a daytime, and this is how it looks. Now, a bunch of options in the actual bottom. So let's go to settings. Now under settings, it shows settings, and then language, date and time zone. We already talked about that. Now, since I don't have tripod right now, so I'm just going to use my hand. And sometimes you will see my fingers coming on a top right over here, so that's okay. But let's go through and check it out. So number one, when you turn it on, that's what you should see. When you go to settings, you have all the settings that we already talked about. There's a Bluetooth that you can go to. You can press OK. So there are a bunch of settings with this. Right now I'm on the display. The brightness is there, wallpaper is there. So if I go to brightness to 100%, so this is very bright right now in order to see everything, but I know that there's a lot of reflection coming to it, but for the night it would be really cool. You can play with right over here, and then there's also time that you can turn it on. Now another thing is logo. We already talked about these parts, so this shouldn't be really happening right now. So let's go to actual Bluetooth part. The name is there, and then you can pair with it. That's not only part, the volume is there, so you can put the volume if you need it, and audio output. So for audio output, there are different settings, as you can see on the top going across. Number one will be dual, which is going to be Bluetooth and display. As you can see right now, this is how it should be working. We will show you exactly how that works. FM. Also, you can set it up so that way you can go to an FM station and you can go to a certain number. And yes, sometimes it will reboot because you just selected the audio. Then you can set up your different station, and that way the voice will come from that station. Now there's one more part which will be called auxiliary wire. You can set it up, and that way it will work for very older type of cars basically. And there's also one that's called speaker. Now this is really cool because it has its own speaker, but we're not going to use that. To make this video, we will just use the actual Bluetooth part, and that's about it. So let's go through and set it up and play with it. One thing I have to mention is when you go to settings and when you go to Bluetooth, you have the name written right over here. So make sure that's the one you're going to select on your phone. Let's do that. So now on your phone, you have to scroll down and then go to Bluetooth. Mine is off right now, so let's go through and then turn it on. Once it comes up, name of the product will come up. In this case, this is the head unit, and you can see that right now it is just loading. So that means is the phone will be getting all the information. And remember that I have been playing with this for a good few days, and that's why you see it already set up. And I already selected an address, which we are in Ontario. So that's why it shows everything really cool. And you have the little button on the side. So this way it shows what you're going to play on Bluetooth using the actual car. And also you can search using the search button, or you can also go to all apps. You can select it. Now these apps and even the background that you can show is from the actual phone, and that's how this is all coming up. And this is what you're going to see once you start playing with this head unit, which is really cool. And you can select back your map and it will go through. So this will really work with the Waze or Google Maps, perfectly going to come up on your screen. And you can make it so it's a little bit smaller, and you can see in any notification that will come up it will be right on the top right over here. So it looks really cool. Again, this is done by Bluetooth because of the new technology, and the wire is obsolete and they're not going to use it that much anymore, and that's why this has been done this way. But if you do have Apple CarPlay that you can wire, it's still going to work for now till they phase that out. But this is why this is all going to work with Bluetooth, and this is why this is so cool to have in your car. All the links will be available where you can order it from, except that this was our take. I hope you guys like our video, and if you do like it, click the like button, subscribe button on the top, comment on the bottom. Always remember to visit our own website, which is xctex.info. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and other social networking places, and thank you.